Hello guys and welcome back to Superhero Maniac, your one-stop destination for superhero updates from all over the world. So the first two episodes of She-Hulk have been released and it would be right to say that the show have exceeded our expectations. Most of us fans have very little hopes from this show and my only reason to watch it is Daredevil's special appearance, to be very honest. However, the first two episodes showed that the season will reveal as many new details about Hulk or Bruce Banner as it will about Jennifer Walters. And if we think about it, we actually do not have much information about Hulk's life in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We have come to know about some of the gruesome phases that he went through to come at peace with the two voices inside his head from his own narrations, but that is pretty much it, and we do not know about his life at all. In fact, the information that we got about Hulk from the first episode of She-Hulk is more than we ever knew in the last 5 years of the MCU. The best thing about this is that we get a hint of the possible future of Hulk in the Marvel Cinematic Universe from the first episode of She-Hulk, and the second episode kinda confirmed it. And if fan theories and rumors are to be believed, we are in for an absolute treat in the coming years. In this video, we are going to talk about that exactly, the possible future of Hulk in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So without any further ado, let's get straight into the video. So we know that Hulk is one of the strongest Marvel superheroes, and in comics, it is he who has some of the most overpowered things. However, the MCU variant of Hulk is criminally underpowered, and he has not been depicted to be as powerful as he actually is in the comics. The fans have thus always been unhappy about his character arc in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The way Marvel introduced Smart Hulk and made an absolute joke of the character has particularly angered the fans. However, there might be a particular reason why Marvel did Hulk so dirty so far in the MCU. Many don't know that while Disney and Marvel hold rights to feature Hulk in the movies, Marvel made a deal with Universal for the distribution of the Incredible Hulk. It gave Universal the permission to hold the rights for solo Hulk movies for a term of 15 years which ends on June 2023. It is for this reason why we have not seen a Hulk movie ever since the Incredible Hulk. However, now that Disney are set to get back Hulk's rights, they now look to amend their mistakes as Marvel is apparently planning a World War Hulk movie using the storyline of its own namesake comic book. World War Hulk is one of the coolest Hulk story arcs in Marvel Comics, and it is also one of the most powerful versions of Hulk ever. Thus, if we can really see him in the MCU, it would be awesome. All hints suggest that Marvel is slowly leading up to that movie. The Sicarian spaceship in the first episode of She-Hulk that caused the accident of Jennifer Walters and Bruce Banner and ultimately led to her transformation into She-Hulk is the single biggest clue that shouts at our face saying that World War Hulk is coming. And we saw in the second episode that Hulk just left Earth on the same Sicarian ship, so it makes even more sense now that World War Hulk is coming, or at least something similar to that. Let us talk about the World War Hulk storyline at first. In the comics, the Illuminati sends Hulk to an abandoned planet as he is a threat to any population, but he ends up crash landing on Sakaar where he is enslaved by the Red King and made to fight like a gladiator. The people of Sakaar saw Hulk as their savior according to their prophecy. It is true that Hulk had some special connection to that planet as Hulk's blood helped plants to grow on Sakaar. While with the support of others, Hulk started an uprising to overthrow the Red King. The Red King sent in Kyera to defeat Hulk, but she later turned against the tyrant ruler and she and Hulk fell in love. They overthrew Red King, but just as things seemed to be right, the spaceship that brought Hulk to Sakaar blasted, killing everyone including Hulk's pregnant wife. Hulk blamed the Illuminati for the deaths of his family and thus he returned to Earth to wage a war against the planet. Now let's come back to the MCU. It is noteworthy that in She-Hulk's first episode, Bruce knew that it was a Sicarian messenger ship even though he had no clue of the 2 years that he spent on the planet. There are many possibilities. In the comics, Kyera had the old powers of Sakaar which were somewhat magical powers. These powers helped her to keep her son alive at the time of her death and thus Scar was born. Scar was the son of Hulk and Kyera and thus he had Hulk's strength and his mother's magical abilities. Many think that the Sicarian ship in the first episode had something to do about Scar. At the end of Thor Ragnarok, the Grandmaster was overthrown. Many are saying that maybe Scar has started a revolt against the tyrant ruler who has assumed power in Sakaar and thus he has sent a ship to ask for his father's help, whereas some think that Scar himself is the tyrant ruler, and we now also know that Hulk is going back to Sakaar, so something is cooking, if you can smell it like The Rock. However, I have a different theory. Hulk definitely did not look like that settling type of guy in Thor Ragnarok, and thus it is possible that he has many children on Sakaar who are now probably fighting against each other on the planet for power. And this is why the people of Sakaar want their hero to return and save them from the wrath of his own children. This storyline will also suit the World War Hulk name. So this was our prediction and analysis about the possible future of Hulk in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If you have any other theory, please let us know in the comment section. If we like your comment, you will surely get a shout out in our next video. We will soon return with another interesting topic. Till then, signing off.